This is Jesus from Hustling Labs, and today we're going to be building a software directory. So this is the background story. I've been trying to redo Hustling Labs in a way that it makes a little bit more sense, that I provide more value to the community. Starting to record more content about AI, automation, and some other topics. And I want to make sure that I am providing much more value to the community than we are providing right now. And we want to burst into other things. We also realize that many indie hackers have been having issues with launching on product hunt and getting exposure. And I've been meaning to redo Hustling Labs for a while. So I want to do something that is going to be a mix of product hunt and what we have right now, perhaps something incorporating some features from G2 or Capterra, where we're collecting also reviews. We want to be the go-to place for you to discover new software, to discover new alternatives to the software that you're using, whether that is because you want to lower the cost or you need certain features that you don't have right now. So our idea is that we're going to provide you a comprehensive 360 view of software, and we're going to start small. Um, just to set expectations right at the beginning. We're going to start small and we're going to build our library of software. But the reason why we're starting small is because I want to provide you with as much information as possible so you can make the determination as for whether or not the software that you're looking at is a good fit or a good solution for your needs. So, with that being said, this directory, software directory, will be built completely no code. In this video, we're going to be building everything from scratch. Well, not really from scratch. We're going to be using one of the templates that I have available on the Bubble Marketplace called Frame Static. It costs $29 one-time fee. Then you can pay for hosting on Bubble. But the biggest thing is that we're going to be using that template to build most of it, and then I'm going to go from there. We're going to use some AI. We're going to infuse some AIs, perhaps in a different video. So ideally, the AI will help you find the software that you're looking for based on your needs. And again, try to build in public. This is not the only project that I'm building right now. I'm also building a social media management SaaS that I may or may not launch as a software as a service. Perhaps it's going to be a template, or I will give it away from someone within the community. I'm still building that. I still have to finish my Instagram demo um, project that is a live series, and I will do my next one, I believe, tomorrow. But the biggest thing for you is that I'm trying to provide you as much value as possible so you can see how easy it is for you to develop using no code tools like Bubble. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump into the editor. I want to show you exactly how I'm getting this done. So, let me share my screen here. So, right now, what you're seeing is okay. Right now, what you're seeing is I'm building a new project. So I created the app. I'm going to call it Hustling Labs Directory, and I am starting from a template because I'm the developer of the frame static um, template. I'm going to start from that one. So I'm going to click it, get started, and we're going to start with the basic features because we don't really need any premium features at this moment, at least. We got the frames that the fav icon. I'm going to go and get uh, yep, that one. To go to the next page, it's going to keep the same fonts. And the color palette is going to stay the same for the most part. We're going to do some stuff later on, but and this looks good, and we're going to get started. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go to the header. I'm going to replace the logo for the Hustling Labs logo. It's going to be this one. And we're going to resize this to 64 pixels. We're going to go back to the index page. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to change the background. So let's go to the color palette. And let's make, no, not that. All right, the background will be kind of grayish. We're going to remove this because we don't really need it. And now the text will be a shade of black. We're going to decrease this to 80, and we're getting closer to what we're looking for. The secondary text will be a little bit darker. That should be good. Okay. We're not going to change much of the text right now. We're just going to leave it as it is. Now, with that being said, we'll select the first parent. And so we just need to make sure that so all of this will be 33%. Well, actually, 30%. Change things a little bit. We don't need on the margins. Going to change the color. And at this point, we're changing the design a little bit just to meet my intent. All right, that's good. I think that's pretty good, to be honest with you. And these ones will be 33% as well. To change the color, change the color, not the background color. What I meant is the contrast color. This is just a look behind the scenes of the work we do. And reality is that sometimes Takes a little bit more effort than people realize, but it's not that hard. And it's actually pretty fun. Hosting Labs. I'm going to change this logo. It's 64 pesos. All right. I think that's pretty good so far. Decent at least. And we're going to replace this in a little bit. We're going to take some ideas. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to the feed page. We're going to replace this because we don't need it. I'm going to change this back to where it was. Just to make sure that everything's looking correctly. You know, this template was built when I first started. It was one of my first template. So there is some stuff that I still look at it, I'm like, ooh, that could be improved. But for the most part, is decent template. Let's see. Let me take border style. Okay. All right, that's good. All right. I think we have a decent design here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sidebar, I'm going to bring it to the index page. I'm going to replace this image with um, the feed, and that feed will only display the ones that have a live date for today. All right, 2 pages down, a few more to go, at least for the basic design. I'm going to delete this. Ooh, that's pretty big. Um, might end up redoing this whole thing later on, but for now, it looks decent. You know, let me go to the footer and make sure that we're using the same footer all across. For some reason, it's not the case. And all this does is it ensures that later on, when I'm making edits, I can just make it from one single place. And the design will be improved with time. I will be improving the whole thing, but for now, I think this is a good starting point. So I'm going to have a all across, and we're going to delete them. Minimum height. The idea is that this will be a worthy competitor to product hunts. So the design will matter. Perhaps not a whole lot, but it will matter. Now for this one, let's see what we did here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what it is. That design will definitely change. I don't really like it. We will see. So heading forward should be about 20 pesos, my opinion. Start changing these headings. I like writing um, the font size and the weight because later on it's easier for me to uh, reference. So we got 24. This one is going to be 28. This one will be 32. Ain't no need to have that big. Perhaps personal preference. I don't know. Don't matter. Body medium 14 peso per 100. Body large 16 peso per 100. All right. Helps me a little bit later. All right, let's make sure that all the other ones follow the same style. Again, it's about 40 pesos. 40. Display the user's main group. Should be about 40 pesos tall. easier to reference later. Okay. And lastly, this one. It's probably going to get like a big refresh later on, before we officially launch. But for now, I think it's a decent design. Again, this was a design from when I first started, so definitely not something I feel proud of at this point, but it's not that bad. Let's see, how do we get to this? All right, so this is going to be white. Okay. Ain't no need for this to be that big. Okay. Tool category again. Cleaning this whole thing up. Take a little bit of time, but it will be worth it. This whole design will need a big refresh. Well, the good thing is that it will get updated in the template and everybody will be able to enjoy it. Got 40 pixels there. All right. Tool page. Just as a reference, the grid that you see, in reality, when if you had dark mode, it was looking nice. But when you take away dark mode, it's kind of like, oh, it's rough to see. Okay. Adding new tools. Again, we're just, when you get a template and you're trying to change the design, sometimes it takes a little bit of time because that other person had an idea for what it's supposed to look like in their view, but it doesn't mean that you have to keep it that way. You can always recreate it however you see fit. And in a few minutes of work, about 25 minutes of work, I had recreated the design using a light mode, which for my purpose looks better. Then from here, I take it and I build exactly what I want on the way that I want it. Okay. So this one would be a little bit smaller. Again, there is no need to having big buttons. The cool thing about it is that if you see, there are already workflows built. That's time save. And as I redesign this uh, website, I can focus exactly on what I want um, and not on trivial stuff that could have been done by somebody else. All right, let's take a look at what we have so far. Um, it's loading. What did we say with the debugger? Okay. Let's see the database. All right, so we got no tools on the database. That's okay. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change this. So software directory. Let's start changing all around. And this is just part of the rebranding. What I'm changing here is what you're going to see in the tab right here. So if I refresh this page, you're going to see that it changed to Home, Hustling Labs, Software Directory. Um, submit a tool. This is going to be the tool page, so it should be the name. This is the dashboard for the user. This is the individual user account. Waiting it for it to load. My account, that should be fine. This is the software feed. I forgot what was this. For, but we're going to leave as it is for now until we can figure out. All right, that should be good for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to refresh the page. We're going to go to submit. All right, let's redo this pop-up. This pop-up will be completely white. Oops. With some gray for the inputs. Perhaps what we want to do is we want to change it here so we don't have to do that over and over again. The background style will be gray. And the roundness will be 12 because that's what we will be using in all the site. Standard. Just make sure we can maintain uniformity all across the site. All right, cool. That's for the sign up group. Now we will do the login group. Come on, guy. You're gonna be serious. Okay. This is just insane. All right. We got it to work. All right, let's make sure that everything is okay. Let's go back here. The buttons. Let's do. And something I didn't used to do before is making sure that the buttons. Uh, Not making sure that the buttons. Making sure that we use the style sheet like to me. Oh, refresh on me. Um, yeah, I didn't used to use the style sheet. I used to just go with the flow um, and just design as I was going. Big mistake. I definitely should have been using the style sheet from the beginning, just to create uniformity. But we live and we learn, and all that matters right now is that we're creating awesome projects out there, and they're looking amazing. One last thing that we want to do is buttons should be 40 pixels because that's what I want. For the pixels height to minimum. Should do it. One last thing is that we want to delete the border from there. Doesn't look good. Again, 40 pixels should be fine. We're going to redo all of this in a moment, but let's go to the header and let's use primary and then the outline. Let's get to the buttons. 12, 12, 24. And you want to create uniformity all around. Make sure that everything looks correct, and if you're not doing that from the beginning, you're doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion. So I think that's a nice little touch. Okay, going to do that one. We can delete that, or actually, no, we're not deleting that. I don't know why I didn't create it. Okay. So we're going to be using this reusable element. I will pop up sign up A. And we want to use reusable element because we can control everything from one place. Ain't no need to be going to different places to edit. All of this will get fixed. All right, so this is our pop-up. Going to go back because this needs to have a roundness in the corners of 12. Just part of the aesthetic of. Yep, looking good. So I'm going to use a strong password. As you can see, when I hover over it, it's not looking good. So let's assign the user up. And we're going to hide the pop-up. Let's go back to the style sheet. Let's take a look. Okay. We don't want that. For this, we can always do this a little bit better. Okay. Let's see. So we got that. We're going to disable this. As you can see, that's much better. It shows that you're hovering over something, but doesn't really change much. Doesn't make anything disappear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a different template that I have that is free right now. It's testmili.com, and I'm going to get the onboarding page. I'm going to copy it from there, paste it into this project. That will allow me to save some time. Oops, the screen stop being shared. To share again. It's loading. All right. So this would be the onboarding page. Page is being created. There we have it. Okay. So what's going to happen is, okay, what we're going to do actually is to upgrade this, even though I don't remember what was it for. I'm going to install. No. Let me look at my plugins. I forgot the name. It's not the bezels. Holy crap. I'm going to having a brain fart right now. Loops. Okay. Let me open this just in case. But I'm going to install my own plugin, the loops, the SO integration. Reason why I'm using mine and not the loops one is because I know I'm keeping mine up with the updates. I don't know how often they are updating theirs. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what the actually we're going to do it from here. So we're going to see what were the so let's go back to the login sign up. When you click sign up, it signs the user up. It adds a contact, and the email address is input sign up email value. First name is sign up user first name. Let's change this a little bit just to make sure. And that's the value. The user ID is current user unique ID. The verification code will be, we're going to calculate a formula. And no, We're going to generate a random string that have 6 characters, and it only uses numbers. So basically what we're doing is when the user creates an account, that account is going to have a variable, or not a variable, a verification code that the user will come back and enter into their account. So here in the database, we're going to make sure that we have a verification code field to save that. And that's going to be test. Back to the workflow. And we're going to update on the current user. Where the heck is it? Make changes to the current user. We're going to change the verification code, and that would be so step 2. Oh, no. Actually, verification code, we're going to grab. We're going to calculate it here. And then it will be the current user verification code. All right. Let's see what other to run a JavaScript. Yeah, we're not going to do that because that's for Crisp. We're not going to use Crisp for customer support. We're going to make changes to the current user. We can delete that one. And we're going to redirect them to the onboarding page. All right, let's go back to the onboarding page. And here at the on the onboarding page, we are going to replace this logo for the Hustling Labs logo. Actually, we don't even need this. So we're going to delete that. I'm going to drop an image here with the logo. To keep the aspect ratio. So it will be 160. I'm going to add some gap in between. Not a whole lot, but let's go back to test. I want to remove some of the line spacing. Okay. All right, I think that's good. Now, when the user click on the verify button, and the verification value is current user verification code. Let's see what is verify. Let's see why. Let's see how we did the verification. Okay, the verification code is a number. So we're going to have to replace this. I wish there was an easy way to replace the field type, but Spoilers. That will mean that we have to go back here and we need to make sure that this workflow is, yep. What the heck? I'll convert it to number. Yeah. All right, cool. Now we get that. Going to say whether or not the account is verified. And that will allow us to make sure that users are verifying their account before they can access, no, before they can do certain stuff on the website. Hopefully, we can prevent bad actors from doing stuff. All right, now for the verify. And this is the verification code. Yep, that's good. All right, so basically all we're saying here is that if the number match, then we're going to make changes to the current user. It's going to be verified. Let's see what was the second. Okay, we're going to send an event. And let's see what that event was. So whether or not they're verified. We're going to delete all of these. We're going to leave that as it is. All right. So now that we get that out of the way, when the user clicks verify, what's going to happen is it's going to show the onboarding flow and it's going to hide this flow. So I'm going to replace this logo again. I'm using a template that I have built before to get this done. So please bear with me as I make changes. So welcome to Hustling Labs. All right, we're going to copy this. We're going to paste it. And this one will be bold, medium. And we're going to make one large. The reason why is because I want to keep everything looking good across the site. All right, let's just changing all of these labels to make sure that everything is looking correctly. We have 74 issues to solve, so part of the issues are we need to make sure that they're looking correctly. So we're going to edit this workflow. We're going to make changes to the user, last name, input value. Okay. Button nest. Not that one. We're actually not going to be using in charge, so we can delete that one. We don't need to update the user every single time. Okay, profile picture. Okay. We don't have to have this one because nobody will have a theme. That was for a CRM. So we can delete this one. We can go straight into step 3, which now will become step 2. And we can show step 2, where people can invite other users. Going to replace these, and hopefully this will become a worthy product hunt competitors. This will be center. You can stay there. All right, let's do the invitation, the invites. Okay. We can delete this margin. We can center this. Looking better. Okay, so what happened when we hit skip? We're going to go to the index page. We send the invites. Delete that. We can delete this. Yeah. You got invited to join Hosting Labs. Come to hostinglabs.com. Just invited you to join Hosting Labs. All right, cool. You get that. If you need to reset the password, oh crap! How much do I hate this? Let's look through this. All right, the error page will be white. We can change the color. Actually, we're just going to do all the pop-ups at once, just to make sure that they're looking correctly. And they all have a pattern of 12. Let's go back, take take a look. Standard pop-up. Okay. And again, this will be 40. All right. Password reset. All right, we're going to edit the style. This would be 18 peso and 700. Wait. And we're going to have that there. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Okay. Back to the style sheet. Let's delete all of those colors that were created. And I paste it because we don't need them. All right, we're going to leave that there for now. Actually, we don't need a billing country because we ain't charging nobody for now. And for this one, 12 and a 12. All right. So there's one thing that I want to do is I'm going to upload a profile image here. Doesn't matter. All I want to make sure is that I can actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this account so I can go through the onboarding flow, make sure that it is good to go. We're going to refresh this page. Going to sign up. It's looking good. Sus. All right. Looking right. Oh. So what? Okay, we can delete that. We can delete that. Okay. Let's delete this account again, just to make sure that we are good to go. And let's sign up again, yet one more time. Okay, takes me here. Let me see if I'm getting the email. We do not want my email over here. We want it over here. There is actually one thing that I didn't do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the verification code from the backend. It's 455929. Just going to verify. Yep. All right, so right off the bat, there are a few issues here. No issues, but actually I'm going to hide that. I'm going to bold this. Okay, so that's one. Now this one should probably have the current user first name because we're already logged in, right? Let's delete this account and go through it yet one more time. Oh, also, we want to make sure that they know that they're in hosting labs in the onboarding at hosting labs. Let's do this again. And we will do it as many times as we need, even though I'm almost out of time. All right, go back to the database 271701. All right, that's my name, Jesus Vasquez. Profile image is going to be from the downloads. Where are you? Right here. Okay, how do you hear about us? That's blank. That's fine. We're going to skip this because we are not inviting anybody at this moment. And it leads me to the front page. Okay. So that means that that the onboarding is working as expected. And we can change this. Same thing with this notification group. We did a whole lot today. I really appreciate you taking your time and watching me build this refresh of Hustling Labs live here. Whether you're watching it on S, LinkedIn, or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have a moment, I would really appreciate if you consider subscribing, following me. It really helps me grow my audience. Hopefully, bring you a whole lot more value than I have been providing. Trying to up my game a little bit more every day. But nevertheless, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you on the next live video for this um, build. But in the meantime, I have published over 50 videos so far on my YouTube channel. Please consider watching them if you are building on Bubble and you're trying to up your game as a no code developer. Thank you for watching. And again, I hope you have a great rest of your day.